How I learned to drive a motorhome. Stories from my life. How I learned to drive a motorhome. Stories from my life. Hello, y'all. I'm Dianna Brianne. I don't give advice, suggestions, information, recommendations. I just share with you my perspective on different topics, as is with this one. I hope you like, share, subscribe to all 5 of my channels. Links are pinned at the top of the comment section below. If you connect with me, I will likely connect with you as well. Well, I've told this story before, but I've been telling little stories, snippets from my life, not in chronological order or anything like that. And I just kind of wanted to come up lighter for air, so to speak, after so many heavy topics. And I talk about everything just about, even though I don't give advice, suggestions, information, or anything like that. I just share with you my perspective. And I love to tell stories. I've told this one before. If you go back, you'll probably find it under how I learned to drive an RV, or how I learned to drive a motorhome, and probably about a year ago. So I have a lot of new friends here on my channel, and I thought I would share it again. And basically, we were living down in Texas, and our kids were little, and I had saw a little camper that I wanted, and it was like $3,000, and it was kind of rusted out, and my husband said, no way. But on weekends, we would go start to look at campers, and in the midst of it, we started looking at motorhomes, and my husband had never been in a motorhome, never had a clue about them, and yet we ended up buying one. And we bought one about 6.5 hours away in Houston, and it was like a 40-foot bus diesel. It had a living room, a kitchen, a bedroom. I mean, it was fabulous, but he had never driven one before. So now he's driving home, and I'm following him with the 3 kids in the car, and he's driving home in this big bus through Houston traffic on a Friday night under construction. Oh my gosh, I think I needed a nerve pill. And I don't take nerve pills. And so we made it back. We didn't do a lot of traveling in that motorhome, but I did learn to drive that motorhome. And I learned to drive it in a parking lot. And I would jerk it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And yet I did. I just jerked it back and forth, until I learned to drive it. Did I drive it well? Probably not so perfect, but I did learn to drive it. And so, we didn't do a lot of traveling. We ended up selling that one. And about a year later, or maybe even less, we bought a brand new one that had bunk beds in it for the kids, a separate bedroom for us, of course, a living room, a kitchen, a bathroom, and it was fabulous. And that particular motorhome, I did drive a lot more than the other one, although my husband did most of the driving. And, sometimes I would hit a curb, the dishes would fall out. But I learned to drive it, and it was beautiful. We did 48 states with the kids. I homeschooled part of the time, and it was just amazing journey that we so loved and we so cherished. Our kids were old enough to enjoy the motorhome, but not so old that it was difficult to travel with them, and they were old enough to remember it, and they were young enough to, take along on these trips. And so it was a wonderful time of our life, and we did so many amazing trips just all over the country. And I cherish those memories. I really cherish those memories. And I think the start of it all began when I was little, stopping at the RV dealership with my mom to look at the little tiny campers, those little campers, those old-fashioned 1960s campers. And I was so in love with those. And so my husband made that dream come true and bought me, such a beautiful motorhome. And we had such wonderful experiences. And I always tell my husband, at the end of your life, at the end of our lives, what are we going to remember? Is it going to be our bank account, or is it going to be the experiences? And I believe it will be the experiences. And yes, it was a luxury. It wasn't something that was a very practical thing to do, but we created such incredible, wonderful memories as a result. I am so grateful that we did. Well, from my house to yours, may God bless you. And I hope you like, share, subscribe. Links are pinned to the top of the comment section below. So from my house to yours, I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.
best to relax.